Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different.
Okay.
Usually we take a look at a whole bunch of different sources.
Yeah.
We try to get a broad perspective on whatever the topic is.
Yeah.
But for this one, we're just going to be focusing on a single reflection on a single passage from the Bible.
Interesting.
Matthew 18:1, 12, 14.
Okay, yeah.
You know the
I know that one.
parable of the lost sheep.
Yeah.
So shepherd's got 100 sheep. One goes missing. And instead of just being like, 99, that's enough.
Right.
He goes and looks for the one that's lost.
Yeah. And then there's all that rejoicing when he finds it.
Big celebration, yeah.
Yeah.
But this reflection, it doesn't really offer any like specific interpretations or anything like that.
Huh.
It just kind of poses some questions and asks us to think a little deeper about it.
I like that approach.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, it's so easy to kind of get caught up in trying to find the one right answer. But when we just allow ourselves to kind of sit with the text and wrestle with it a little bit,
Yeah.
that's where the real meaning comes through,
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point of this reflection is that
Yeah.
it's not just trying to give us an answer.
Right.
It's almost like it's saying like, here's the story, now you become a part of it
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
and figure out what it means for you.
Yeah. It's like an invitation to participate
Exactly.
in the story and in the meaning making.
Yeah, so before we get too far into this,
Mm.
why don't we just take a minute and make sure everybody's on the same page?
Sounds good.
So in the parable of the lost sheep, like we were saying,
Uh-huh.
a shepherd, he's got 100 sheep. One of them wanders off, gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just be like, well, 99 is fine.
Right. He's got a pretty good flock still.
Yeah, but he leaves those 99 and goes to search for that one lost sheep.
Yeah. And he doesn't give up either. He
Right.
keeps searching until he finds it.
And then there's all this rejoicing, right?
Huge celebration. Yeah.
Everyone's super happy that that sheep is back.
Yeah, it's like a big party.
And, I think one of the things that the reflection asks us to consider is, the shepherd's dedication to finding that sheep.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even hesitate.
Yeah. He didn't stop to weigh the pros and cons or anything.
Right. He just went.
He just went after it.
Yeah. What do you think that tells us about, the value that he placed on
Yeah.
each individual sheep, even the one that wandered off?
Right. I mean, I think it shows that to him, every single one of those sheep was precious.
Yeah, right.
Each one had inherent worth.
It's like when you lose something important,
Uh-huh.
you don't just give up on it.
Right. You keep looking until you find it.
Yeah. You search high and low, you're turning the house upside down.
Exactly. It's like that feeling of, I've got to find this. This
Yeah.
is important to me.
You think that's like the main point?
Yeah.
That this reflection wants us to ponder? Or do you think there's something even deeper there?
I think there's definitely a lot more to unpack here.
Okay.
Because finding a lost sheep, I mean, that's a pretty literal thing.
Right.
But when we start thinking about how this parable applies to our own lives,
Mhm.
that's where it gets really interesting. Because
Right.
the lost sheep, it doesn't have to be an actual sheep.
Right.
What if it represents something else?
Yeah.
Like, what if it represents a part of ourselves that we've kind of neglected or people in our lives who we've maybe drifted away from?
Okay.
I mean, that adds a whole other dimension to the story, don't you think?
Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like expanding the metaphor
Mm-hmm.
to encompass these different aspects of our lives.
And that makes the shepherd's joy even more powerful too, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's not just like, oh, good, I found the sheep.
Right.
It's like this deep sense of restoration and, second chances.
Like this profound sense of relief and joy.
Right. Have you ever, reconnected with someone that you thought you had lost
Yeah, definitely.
and felt that kind of joy?
Yeah, there's this incredible feeling of wholeness
Yeah.
when something that was lost is found.
Like things are back to the way they should be.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this reflection,
Yeah.
it doesn't tell us how to apply the parable to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's kind of like a challenge?
Yeah.
Like, are we supposed to figure out how to be shepherds in our own lives without a clear roadmap?
Yeah, I think that's part of the point.
Okay.
We're being challenged to think for ourselves,
Okay.
to figure out what it means to be a shepherd in our own unique circumstances.
So instead of giving us a set of rules, it's giving us like a mirror.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Like it's holding up this mirror to our lives and saying,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
look around. Where do you see lost sheep?
Oh, wow.
And how can you embody that shepherd's spirit of compassion and searching?
I like that.
Yeah, it's a powerful image.
It is. Yeah.
You know, it's like we're being called to be shepherds, not just of actual sheep,
Yeah.
but of the people and even the parts of ourselves that need our care and attention.
So we started with a pretty simple parable,
Right.
but this reflection, it's really taken us on quite a journey.
It has.
And, it's reminded us of the value of each individual, the power of redemption,
Yeah.
and the challenge of embodying these principles in our own lives.
And I think it's really left us with some important questions to think about
Yeah.
as we go about our day, like how can we be shepherds in our own unique ways?
That's something I'm definitely going to be thinking about.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
sometimes the most profound answers don't come from being told what to think.
Yeah,
They come from searching and discovering for ourselves.
absolutely.
So until next time, keep searching and keep those sheep close. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.